Hello, this video will cover part 1 of the defined terms. If you have not watched the undefined terms video, I suggest you watch that video first and then come back to watch this one so that you don't feel lost when you hear me mention these undefined terms in this video. Let's do a brief review of the undefined terms. You have a point, and a point can represent a location, has no size or thickness. And then we have a line. A line has infinite length and it has infinite number of points. And then the last one was a plane, and the plane is a flat surface and it extends infinitely in all directions and must contain at least 3 non-collinear points. And here is a diagram for each one of those undefined terms. So the question here is, how can we use these 3 undefined terms to help us create defined terms? At the end of this video, you will acquire some knowledge about defined terms. Just as in the undefined terms video, you can expect to see a few questions as some terms are presented, so you can challenge yourself and answer these questions as they are shown. I will provide the answers towards the end of the slide so you can check your work with my answers. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up or down, and I will greatly appreciate it if you subscribe and share this video with any of your friends that are interested in learning geometry. Also, when you subscribe, don't forget to click on the bell so you can get notified when I upload other videos that will help you master geometry. Let's start with 3 defined terms in this slide. Let's use the following line to create or derive a new object from it. Pay close attention to this new object and notice that it contains 2 points that are connected by a part of the line we drew at first. This new object is called a line segment. And the definition of a line segment is that it has length and it has 2 endpoints. So here comes the first problem. How would you name this line segment? Let's continue on to the next defined term using that same line. What do you notice about this new object? Will you agree that it has 1 endpoint and that it is going to infinity in the opposite direction of the endpoint? This new object is called a ray. And the definition of a ray is that it is a part of a line and it has 1 endpoint and it extends infinitely in one direction. Problem number 2, how would you name this ray? Let's continue on to the next defined term. Now pay close attention to this new object and think about how it was created or constructed. Do you see 2 rays with a common endpoint? This new object you see here is called an angle. Okay, and let me give you now the definition of an angle. An angle, it has 1 vertex and it has 2 sides, and the sides are made up of rays. Notice that an angle is created by drawing 2 rays with a common endpoint, and this endpoint is a vertex of the angle. So here comes problem number 3. How would you name this angle? And now let's go back and answer each one of these 3 questions. So the first one is, how would you name this line segment? And the answer to this question is, you can name this line segment as segment AB. You can use that symbol above the 2 letters. That means that it's a segment. You can also name this segment BA. And as you can see, that line above the 2 letters. And problem number 2, how would you name this ray? This ray we name ray BA. We can't name it AB, okay? This angle, we can name it in 3 ways. One is angle A by the vertex letter. 2, we can name it angle BAC. And 3, we can name it angle CAB. Let's continue now. Do you see these 4 points and that they lie on the same line? This is the definition of collinear points, and it's simply points that are on the same line. Pay close attention to the following diagram and notice all the objects on it. There are 3 points, a ray, a line on the same plane R. And this is the definition of these objects. So definition of coplanar is any quantity of objects that are on the same plane. Let's look at the following 4 diagrams and their geometric or geometry classification. So you have this angle. This angle is an acute angle, and an acute angle is an angle whose measure is less than 90 degrees. The next angle is a right angle, and a right angle is an angle whose measure is exactly 90 degrees. The next diagram is the diagram of an obtuse angle, and the definition of an obtuse angle is an angle that is more than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees, so between 90 and 180. And the last one is a straight angle whose measure is exactly 180 degrees. And once again, thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share with your friends. I'll talk to you later.